race session is at Hidden Valley Raceway Darwin in Darwin, Australia. Polo 2002 from Poland is P1. Austin Ogonowski from Canada is second. Riley Gallardo from United States is P3. Kevin Woodward from Canada is fourth. James Pendry from England is P5. Walter Phillips from United States is P6. Gordon Jacobson from United States is P7. Panzer F1 is A. Polo 2002 is P1.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing,
Gordon
boys!
Jacobson is seventh. Gordon Jacobson lost 7th to Panzer F1. Polo 2002 is P2. Riley Gallardo is P3. Polo 2002 is third. Polo 2002 is now second. Riley Gallardo is third. Polo 2002 is P2, 0.1 behind Austin Ogonowski. Polo 2002 passed Austin Ogonowski for P1. Walter Phillips is 6th, 0.5 behind Kevin Woodward. Walter Phillips is now P5. Gordon Jacobson is P7, 0.4 behind Polo 2002. Riley Gallardo is second, 0.5 behind Austin Ogonowski. Polo 2002 is 6th, 1.1 behind Walter Phillips. Riley Gallardo is P2, 0.5 behind Austin Ogonowski. Polo 2002 is P6 battling Walter Phillips. Polo 2002 passed Walter Phillips for 5th. Riley Gallardo is second, 0.3 behind Austin Ogonowski. Austin Ogonowski is P2 battling Riley Gallardo. Austin Ogonowski passed Riley Gallardo for P1. Riley Gallardo is second, 0.4 behind Austin Ogonowski. James Pendry is third, 0.5 behind Riley Gallardo. Riley Gallardo is P2, 0.3 behind Austin Ogonowski. James Pendry is third, 0.2 behind Riley Gallardo. Kevin Woodward is fourth, 0.3 ahead of Apollo 2002. Apollo 2002 on lap 5 is P5, 0.4 behind Kevin Woodward. Riley Gallardo is P2, 0.2 behind Austin Ogonowski. James Pendry is P3, 0.5 behind Riley Gallardo. Panzer F1 is 8th battling Gordon Jacobson. Panzer F1 passed Gordon Jacobson for 7th. Gordon Jacobson is 8th. Best lap is a 1:08.808. Apollo 2002 from Poland is 4th battling James Pendry. Apollo 2002 passed James Pendry for P3. James Pendry from England is 4th, 0.1 behind Apollo 2002. Apollo 2002 is 4th, 0.1 behind James Pendry. Kevin Woodward is P5, 0.4 behind Apollo 2002. Apollo 2002 is P5 battling Kevin Woodward. Riley Gallardo is P2, 0.6 behind Austin Ogonowski. Kevin Woodward is 5th, 0.3 behind Apollo 2002. Apollo 2002 is 4th, 0.5 behind James Pendry. Kevin Woodward is P5, 0.5 behind Paulo 2002. Riley Gallardo is second, 0.3 behind Austin Ogonowski. Paulo 2002 is P4, 0.2 behind James Pendry. Paulo 2002 passed James Pendry for P3. Riley Gallardo from United States is P2, 0.4 behind Austin Ogonowski. Paulo 2002 is P3, 0.4 behind Riley Gallardo. Riley Gallardo is second, 0.3 ahead of Paulo 2002. Riley Gallardo lost second to Paulo 2002. Paulo 2002 is second, 0.2 ahead of Riley Gallardo. Kevin Woodward is P7, 0.3 behind James Pendry. Paulo 2002 is P2, 0.4 behind Austin Ogonowski. Kevin Woodward is 7th. Paulo 2002 is P2, 0.2 behind Austin Ogonowski. Kevin Woodward on lap 11 is P7, 0.3 behind James Pendry. Paulo 2002 from Poland is P2, 0.3 behind Austin Ogonowski. James Pendry is 6th, 0.5 behind Pansarev 1. Paulo 2002 is P2, 0.2 behind Austin Ogonowski. Austin Ogonowski is second, 0.2 behind Paulo 2002. Kevin Woodward from Canada is 7th, 0.3 behind James Pendry. Pansarev 1 is P5, 0.4 ahead of James Pendry. James Pendry on lap 12 is 6th, 0.5 behind Pansarev 1. James Pendry is now 5th. Kevin Woodward from Canada is 6th, 0.4 behind James Pendry. James Pendry on lap 12 is 5th, 0.1 behind Panzeref 1. Kevin Woodward is P6, 0.4 behind James Pendry. James Pendry is 5th. James Pendry is now 4th. Austin Ogonowski from Canada is P2, 0.5 behind Paulo 2002. Austin Ogonowski passed Paulo 2002 for P1. Paulo 2002 exiting pits. James Pendry is 4th. Panzeref 1 is P7. Panzeref 1 passed James Pendry for 5th. Kevin Woodward is 7th. Kevin Woodward exiting pits. James Pendry exiting pits. Walter Phillips is P4, 4.0 behind Paulo 2002. Paulo 2002 from Poland is 3rd. Walter Phillips is 6th. Walter Phillips exiting pits. Walter Phillips lost 6th to Kevin Woodward. Riley Gallardo is 2nd. Gordon Jacobson is P5. Riley Gallardo exiting pits. Walter Phillips is 7th. James Pendry is 8th. Riley Gallardo is P3. James Pendry is 8th. Apollo 2002 is 2nd. Kevin Woodward on lap 17 is 6th, 3.2 behind Gordon Jacobson. James Pendry from England is 8th, 4.2 behind Walter Phillips. Kevin Woodward is 6th, 2.7 behind Gordon Jacobson. Austin Ogonowski exiting pits. James Pendry is 8th, 2.5 behind Walter Phillips. Kevin Woodward is 5th, 0.3 behind Gordon Jacobson. Panzer F1 exiting pits. Panzer F1 is 8th, 2.5 behind James Pendry. Kevin Woodward is P5, 0.2 behind Gordon Jacobson. Gordon Jacobson is 5th, 0.3 behind Kevin Woodward. Gordon Jacobson entering the pits is P5. Panzer F1 is P8. Panzer F1 is now 7th. Gordon Jacobson exiting pits. James Pendry is 6th, 1.6 behind Walter Phillips. Panzer F1 is 7th, 2.9 behind James Pendry. James Pendry from England is P6, 1.5 behind Walter Phillips. Panzer F1 is P7, 3.0 behind James Pendry. James Pendry is P6, 1.6 behind Walter Phillips. Panzer F1 is P7, 2.0 behind James Pendry. James Pendry is P5, 0.2 ahead of Walter Phillips. James Pendry lost 5th to Walter Phillips. Panzer F1 is 7th, 1.4 behind James Pendry. James Pendry is P6. Walter Phillips is 6th. Walter Phillips lost P6 to Panzer F1. Panzer F1 is 6th, 0.5 behind James Pendry. James Pendry is P6 battling Panzer F1. Riley Gallardo is 3rd. Apollo 2002 exiting pits. James Pendry is P6, 0.7 behind Panzer F1. Riley Gallardo is 3rd. James Pendry is 6th, 1.4 behind Panzer F1. Walter Phillips is 7th. Kevin Woodward exiting pits. James Pendry is 6th. Panzer F1 is P4. James Pendry exiting pits. James Pendry on lap 26 is 7th, 2.1 behind Walter Phillips. Gordon Jacobson is P8, 0.5 behind James Pendry. Gordon Jacobson passed James Pendry for P7. James Pendry on lap 26 is 8th, 1.7 behind Gordon Jacobson. Gordon Jacobson is 7th, 1.7 ahead of James Pendry. James Pendry is 8th, 1.6 behind Gordon Jacobson. Austin Ogonowski is P1. James Pendry is P8, 1.5 behind Gordon Jacobson. Panzer F1 is P4. James Pendry is P8, 1.8 behind Gordon Jacobson. Walter Phillips is P6. James Pendry is 8th, 2.0 behind Gordon Jacobson. Austin Ogonowski is first. James Pendry is P8, 1.8 behind Gordon Jacobson. Kevin Woodward on lap 31 is 5th, 4.2 behind Panzer F1. James Pendry is P8. Kevin Woodward is P5. James Pendry is P8, 2.7 behind Gordon Jacobson. Kevin Woodward is 5th, 3.6 behind Panzer F1. James Pendry is P8, 2.0 behind Gordon Jacobson. Kevin Woodward is 5th, 2.4 behind Panzer F1. James Pendry is 8th, 2.5 behind Gordon Jacobson. Kevin Woodward on lap 34 is P5, 1.3 behind Panzer F1. Gordon Jacobson is P7. Kevin Woodward is P5, 0.5 behind Panzer F1. The leader has just finished the race. Austin Ogonowski finished P1. Gordon Jacobson finished P6. Walter Phillips finished P7. James Pendry finished 8th. Riley Gallardo finished 3rd. Panzer F1 finished 4th. Kevin Woodward finished P5. Apollo 2002 finished P2.